So when you click on the link that has been provided you in Board Docs, you'll come to this page for the KPIs and the board reports. If you click right here and put in your name, and I'll use Rob's, so it's rob.perkins, and your password is board, let's see if I spelled it right, member. And then you just select Evergreen. So once you've done that, maybe I didn't do it. Rob Perkins. I must have done this wrong. BOARDMEMBER. Should that time. So once I've clicked in, typed in password right, you have two things. You have the key performance indicators, what it takes you to first, and the board reports. You can always click on this little thing and you can go to any different thing. So it shows you what's in absences and attendance, which is the district-wide. It gives you a detailed look at any school's absence and attendance, behavior 612, course completions, and each one of those. So let me show you exactly what each one does. Attendance, if I click on that, I click on district-wide attendance, and I can choose any grade I'd like. So let's just choose fourth grade. And what this tells you exactly what this is. Attendance compared to 90% goal of a single grade level, kindergarten through 12th grade. So this is the percentage of students who achieve the goal of attending school 90% of the time. And so the KPIs are built for to-date analysis and reviewing from last year's. So what you can see right now is you can see all the schools and you can see what their attendance rates were in the previous year. Once attendance starts getting collected for the next year, then it will compare from one to the next. So you can see in fourth grade we had an 89.2% of students attended 90% of the time, and you can see each one of the schools. If you go down here, scroll down here, you can see it, as you can see, 14 to 15, but since kids haven't started school yet, you don't have attendance rates. And then you can compare this by all the subgroups. So each one of the attendance will do that. You can also download this as a PDF if you want, and we'll print it out. So that is the attendance. Now if I go back to the home, I can now go to behavior. Behavior does the same thing. In behavior, let's choose 7th grade. And this is the percentage of students who had no removals from school. So we would call those major referrals. Sometimes you have in-school suspension or expulsion. And so what this shows us is the percentage of students, and this is 2014, who did not get a removal. So 85.8% of the 7th graders had no removals. Now, of course, for the 15-16 school year, 100% of the kids have had no removals, hopefully, since we've just started. So again, this will do the same thing, and it will give you broken down by demographics. And so you can see last year, of the 7th graders, which students had the lowest percentage of removals. You can see as African American youth and special education students, those where you see the lowest, and where you see the least amount of removals, I think is Pacific Islander, Asian students. And so this is something that you can look at and see. This will also give you it by, if you hover it over, it'll show you the name, or the numbers. Okay, so that you can look at it in each one. Go back to home, go to course completion. This one is the one that will tell you about credit ratings and students who got a credit. So let's go to 9th grade, look at that as an example, and I'll show you what this looks like. This one now exactly the same. It tells you percentage of students, and this is last year's 13-14. When we start getting grades this year, you can start comparing it from last year to this. So right now, 90% of the students last year, 9th graders, passed all of their English language arts classes, English classes, I should say. So that you can see on each one. In course completion, these two are the exact same. The math and the reading are really for the EII and the CMA. You won't see anything for them right now because these are year-to-date experiences, so they're not annualized. These are actually what's happening each year. If you look at credit risk, What this will show you is the percentage of students who, oh, this is current year too, so we won't really see anything for these as of right now. But as the year goes along, we'll start seeing those. So these were the ones, you can see these from last year, but the rest of them you won't be able to see until that goes forward. Those are the key performance indicators that you monitor during the school year. The board report is the annualized report you all see. So if I were to choose a school, well, let's just choose, oh, I don't know, Cascade Middle School. And I choose the school years 2013-14 to 2009-10, and I submit. What it will do is give me a complete report of how Cascade Middle School has done in the annualized data sets. It's about a 20-page report. It's the one you guys get for the board report, so it takes a second for it to load. But once it loads, you can see is here is MSP Math 6th grade, and here is this last year's scores, and this is the district scores. So these lines oftentimes are the district scores. If you hover over the dots, it can tell you exactly how many students, what the percentage was, what the average score was. If you hover over here, it can tell you that too. Also in this one, it does it by subgroup, special ed, bilingual, free and reduced lunch. If you want to remove one of the lines, if you click on it, it disappears, and you go back, it shows you. Here are ethnicity ones, same thing, white, Hispanic, and these they go through, and it goes through reading, all the grade levels. It also shows you attendance, those same attendance numbers that you saw before, and it gives you similarities all the way across the line. So these are the board reports you saw last time. They are now updated, but they are, remember, the 2013-14 are all preliminary reports now. They're all preliminary reports. So until we actually get to probably, I guess it would be probably September till the reports are final. So that is really the two reports and how you log in. You can send me an email if you got any questions. Thanks.